made you do it for the first
You
time.
did. I wasn't even going to do it because I feel like people's ears bleed after we do that.
Mine do.
But it gets you going.
It does.
It gets the adrenaline going.
It
You think
does.
something's about to happen.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Not a podcast, episode whatever, starting right now.
Yeah. Discussion, whatever.
We
Topic,
don't even
who
care.
cares?
Like, we're so cool, we don't care
No.
that we're here.
But
And
also, we're so cool that we know exactly what we're talking about today.
yes, we do know what we're talking about because
Etiquette
it's
part
Jack.
2.
But before we get into that, guess what you got to do in order for us to keep doing this
Can
shit?
you like it?
You gotta like it.
And subscribe to our channel.
That's right.
And comment and say that this is the best, most informative thing you've ever heard in your entire life.
Yeah, I mean, the truth of the matter is it is.
I mean, yeah.
We don't lie here.
You'd be lying if you weren't commenting that.
Correct.
It's just rude. It's like gatekeeping the best thing you've ever
Can you imagine
had.
if people did that? Like, they just didn't pass on knowledge?
Right. I mean, you can scroll right now and see our millions of comments. So, like, obviously it's working.
Well, to that point, I am going to say thank you guys because we are growing.
Yeah.
We
it's
are
fun.
growing. There's more people subscribing. We're getting a lot of interaction. So I do appreciate you guys sharing the Not Show. Okay? The Not Podcast here on Project Power, Jim STO.
Yeah.
So, again, hit like, hit subscribe, tell your friends, be the cool guy in your group or girl.
Yeah.
So today's Not topic on the Not Show
Is not etiquette part 2.
it is not etiquette part 2 because we said part 2 is coming this week, and guess what? Here it is.
Yep.
Because Jackman here, again, is enlightening us to this new generation of human beings
Yeah.
that may not know much about fitness or may have gotten their information from TikTok.
Yeah. So as you guys saw last week, he asked us questions that neither of us like knew were coming, and it was really fun. Like
Yes.
we loved that because I feel like usually in these like deeper conversations, Bart is just a more well-equipped person for
Yeah.
this, so it's fun for him to be as blindsided as I am.
Yes, that's
'Cause,
true.
You know what I mean?
Oh, so you're trying to level the playing field here.
Yeah. I want you to
I
be
didn't
a
know
little
that there
thrown
was
off.
that going
That's how
on.
I felt. I
Wow.
felt safe and secure last week.
No shit.
So I was like, oh, we both have an equal chance of sounding stupid
Hold
here.
up. So does that mean when I get into my deep shit, you're just like, shut the fuck up, bro?
Well, yeah.
Oh my God.
You can see it on my face.
I can, which is why I look
Yeah.
away sometimes because I'm like, I need to keep talking, but she does not want me to at all.
He like pans up, like all of a sudden it's my face, and I'm like,
Dude, it
wait a
has
minute.
happened.
Yeah.
Like I'm
And
talking and
this.
you're just.
So I've noticed that wasn't last week that I was sick, but it was one of the ones that
2
like
weeks
we
ago.
had just like my phone propped up, like one of the
Oh,
first things we ever did, and I was so out of it, and like literally you see me the entire time like fighting for my life. Like, why am
There
I
are
sick
a
all the
couple
time?
like times where. Like I lose your consciousness completely,
I have a
and then you
very-
pop back into the world. I don't know
Yeah.
what universe you pop into, but it's
I
not
go
this one.
far away often, and it happens in real life too.
Does it?
Yeah,
This is real life.
it's fake.
All right.
It's a TV show in my head. But yeah,
It is literally a TV show. Now, etiquette part 2, because again, we did get a good amount of feedback. People didn't know how to approach people in the gym. They didn't know if it's okay to work in. They didn't know a lot of the things.
machines to take up, when
Yeah.
that's okay. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. And I feel like
Super
those are
cool.
all very common questions that like for me, even sometimes I still will think about them because I'm still what you would call like new into the gym. You know, it hasn't even been 2 years yet. And in the grand scheme of things, that's very fresh. And for you, someone who's been doing this a long time, you don't really think about
Correct.
the basics anymore because you've been there,
Yeah.
done that type of thing. So, yeah. Okay.
Jackman, next question.
Okay. All right. So let's say I'm at the squat rack and I've got a few different movements that involve the squat rack. Is it better for me to split it up, or if I stay there and I'm doing all these movements, like how long can you stay?
Ooh, God, Jack, we're gonna get you on camera. We're gonna get you a
Yeah.
microphone, bro, because you got it. You got what it takes. All right.
How long is it okay to stay on a squat rack?
How long is it okay to stay on a squat rack? Connor, as a
So-
newbie, quote unquote,
Yeah.
what's your perception? Because you're working, right? You're not like you're
Right.
sitting on your cell phone. You're doing multiple exercises back to back to back to back to back.
I want to say that's completely fine. Do your thing. Like, that's what machines are for, you know? So,
Yeah.
like, but I feel like it's going to almost tie into our answer of, like, two answers, when it's okay to work in and when it's okay to superset. All of it, you kind of, like, read the room and be, like, if you're using a squat rack for, I don't know, X amount of time, that's longer than what people would typically use one for, just make it almost like yourself approachable or
Right.
available to let people work in with you, and just
Yeah.
like maybe communicate that if you kind of see people like check out the squat rack and then keep walking and then kind of walk it back
Yeah,
and
you
kind of
can
look
tell
at you
when
like you
people
can
are
say they're
looking.
like waiting for one. Maybe be like, hey, like this is what I'm doing. Do you want to do it with me, or do you want to do your stuff in between my little
Right.
rest times as well? So I think just making it available to allow others to work in, but I don't think you should like get up and leave the second you see someone like wanting it, because that's not fair to your workout either.
100%. So I think it's determined by a couple things. Number one, how many squat racks are currently open, right? So if there's 2 more squat racks open and you have an hour's worth of squat rack work,
Do your
enjoy
thing.
your thing, right?
Yeah.
Because other people can use the other squat racks, no big deal. Number 2, what like you to your point, what are you doing in your squat rack? There are squat racks that have landmines, right? So like you connect the bar to the thing attachment on the ground and you're doing, let's say, bent over rows. Obviously the squat rack in of itself is open. So if you notice someone kind of peeking and peering, hey, go ahead, you can squat while I'm doing
Yeah.
landmines,
For sure.
right? That you can work in. But thirdly, if all the squat racks are taken, you know you're doing more than one exercise. So more than one group of 3 sets of something. You know you're going to be there for 45 minutes. 100%. Read the room, be aware. If you notice someone coming back constantly trying to get a squat rack and they just can't seem to get it, I mean, here's a chance to build some community, because if I can make someone else's day a bit better and all it requires for me to do is do something I was going to do anyway now versus later, go for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
For sure.
The worst thing you can do, though, this is the worst thing you can do. When you're taking a piece of machinery for a long time, don't take your rest periods on the machine on your phone.
Yeah.
That is the surefire way to create animosity in the gym community. That, like, let's say you're done with the leg press and you're just sitting in the leg press on your phone, and someone walks over 2 times and they just see you sitting there on your phone. Now, you might be on your phone for literally 10 seconds, but because both of the times they walked by you being on your phone, they're going to have a negative connotation towards you.
For sure.
Now, is that your prerogative? Should you care what other people think? The overall answer is no, but we don't forget that this is a public place. We are a community. We are here together. So how much easier is it for me to get off of the squat rack or get out of the leg press, text my text off of the unit, and if someone comes over and looks and say, yeah, you go ahead. You know, I got 5 more sets, so I'm going to need it back. But go ahead, hit your shit, and then I'll hit my shit.
Yeah.
Right? It's a way to figure out how it can work, not a way to be defensive and tell everyone to fuck off.
For sure.
But to your point earlier, the other side of that is also true. You don't let people walk all over you. So if you've got shit to do, do your shit,
it.
right?
Yeah. Don't compromise your workout.
Yeah.
Just allow theirs as well.
Correct.
Yeah.
And again, we talked about this last week. If someone comes up as an asshole, they're an asshole.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So don't appease assholes just because they're being assholes, right? I don't want to give in to their assholeness and reinforce it, right? But again, if I'm sitting there on my cell phone every time the guy looks over, like, yeah, now I'm an asshole.
Now you're the ass. Yeah.
So that's a good question, and one of the more trickier things to maneuver inside the gym, especially gyms now that are getting busier. You know, the time of the year is getting colder. It's getting darker out sooner. So the gyms are going to become more and more busy. Being able to determine length of time on machines is important. So make sure you are aware of how you're interacting with the community around you.
For sure.
And then that, basically treat, I mean, this is as simple as it gets. Treat others how you want to be treated.
Yeah, absolutely.
As simple as fucking that. That's all it is. Next question.
Next question.
All right. Bringing your own equipment. Maybe to what extent can you bring your own equipment?
Okay. Like you're bringing your own squat rack?
You're hauling it on a
What
trailer.
equipment is too much equipment to bring to a public gym? You're asking for like a public gym like ours. If someone walks in with their own fucking barbell, is that a bit much? What's
so
too
truthfully, I'd say you would probably have a better answer for this because you've probably seen it more than
Yeah.
I have. Like, I'd say that's not a common thing, just off my own experience, because I've never seen that except for like people bringing accessories, right? Like
Handles.
like cuffs
Oh,
or like
oh.
or, like wrist
straps.
Yeah, like, or even like we have the little like things you can like hook on your like literal attachments, like some little like cable attachments, or obviously like straps, and then like the pads for a barbell, like stuff like that. I see people bring because obviously that's not interrupting anything, but I don't think I've ever seen anyone bring anything like large or
So it is actually, you know, in the bodybuilding community specifically, there are, for example, ways to do sissy squats or ways to do deadlifts using dumbbells and like you see I have those handles that have those hooks.
Mm-hmm.
That's a piece of equipment someone would bring to a gym. The simple answer to this is what you're bringing affecting the gym in a negative way? If what you're going to bring is going to cause damage, if what you're going to bring is going to cause fucking chaos all around you. Like, for example, if you're going to a crowded public gym and you're going to use something that takes up 10 feet of space, right?
That's weird, yeah.
That's not being very cordial to the people around you. You know what I mean? So I don't think there's anything wrong with bringing things to the gym. I don't think that, you know, there's anything negative about it. The only thing that's negative is if what you're using is going to negatively affect somebody else's gym experience. Like if what you're bringing takes up 3 benches.
Right.
Like that's not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, for example, when I used to go to public gyms before Project was open, I used to try to do these things called seal rows.
Oh, I see you do those here.
Right?
Yeah.
Where I use the 2 benches and I put the 3rd bench on top.
Yeah.
I lay down. This goes back to like, you know, if how long am I taking on the squat rack? If the place is slammed and people are fighting for benches, I'm not going to take 3 benches. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to figure out a different way just because I don't want to be that asshole.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it really comes down to just like, I mean, it's just a value thing. It's just a principle thing is my freedom ends where your freedom begins. If I'm about to do something, it's going to negatively affect multiple people. I'm not going to fucking do it.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen too much, but I have heard people bringing barbells. I have heard people bringing bumper plates. I saw once they would bring to a gym.
Is that weird to you? Like, what would you think if someone did that?
Just walking in plate after plate after plate. The weirdness is if we have it already.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I was about to actually say, like, we don't really have much of that here because I got fucking everything you need.
Yeah.
Other places may not have a barbell. They may not have bumper plates. They may not have that. So if you're bringing them, I would ask front desk first.
Yeah.
Ask the owner, ask the leadership in that area what they think because you shouldn't just think it's okay to do whatever the fuck you want.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
That's very true.
Right? I mean, there's probably a reason they don't have,
you
know, like Planet Fitness doesn't have barbells.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is either a Smith machine or a machine.
Mm-hmm.
So bringing a barbell in there is probably against the rules.
Probably, yeah.
You'll learn that when the lunk alarm goes off. Right? The thing that's distracting people is going to get represented by a large distraction.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense to me.
Makes great
Hey, everybody, someone's being disrespectful.
Someone's lifting too much weight.
Too much. Oh, fuck. Okay. I'm not getting into it. I just...
yeah. No, I agree. And yeah, like you said here, I don't think we would see that here because we have all of that random stuff.
Yeah.
And like stuff anyone's ever needed, we just get.
That's the other thing that's happened.
Cool.
People are like, hey, man, do you guys have one of these?
It's on the way.
Sure do. It's coming on Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's
We've
the
done it
perk.
literally. I feel like that's how you got the majority of the like random stuff. People
Attachments
call
and
it
stuff?
because
Yes.
some one person asked for it.
Yes.
Which is cool.
That's called a place that gives a shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Fun fact. If you come here and you want something, you just tell Bart and then he gets on
fuck.
Amazon.
Watch the comment list grow now. Watch that. I want to. Okay. I'm not even going to say it to give you guys ideas.
Can I get a new house?
Yeah. So your gym doesn't have a new house for me.
Card keys, please.
Jack. Next.
Public gym, chalk. Is it ever okay?
Oh, mother
Touchy subject.
fucking chalk.
Touchy subject.
Me.
You start because for me, it's like I think it's just every gym is unique.
Let me
to
ask
their
you.
question.
I have obviously. We both know I have a story to this, but you need, I think, to answer from a bystander who doesn't use chalk
Okay.
in a public setting.
Okay.
What are your actual genuine thoughts about it?
So Club Fitness allows chalk, and that because like that's where I first like obviously like Planet. You don't do anything like I for those of you who don't know, I've worked out at. I started at Planet, then went to Club, and then came here whenever we opened. So Planet didn't have anything you would need chalk because, like you said, there's no barbells.
Mm-hmm.
But here or at Club, whenever I first saw it, I mean, there would be sometimes it would just be like a little bit like on plates and stuff, like on the deadlift platform. There'd be like some like on the plates. And, like, that doesn't bother me one bit. I'm like, okay, if they're just, like, a little bit left over, like, on a bumper plate, like, that's not affecting anything. Whenever it's, like, on the platform, on the bar, on everything else, I'm like, okay, it just looks like shit, right?
does,
like,
yeah.
and, like, again, no, that doesn't, like, directly affect my workout. Like, I could get around it, but, like, I also don't want to just be covered in chalk after I wasn't the one who chose to use it. And now it's, like, on my legs, it's on my hands, it's on my outfit. Like, that's annoying. And, like, I'm someone I luckily don't give a shit if stuff, like, gets on my clothes. Like, but, like, a lot of people are, like, very, like, they like, they're, like, nice clothes and stuff. And they like cleanliness. So, like, that would bother a lot of people. Like, I wouldn't care. But it is, like, annoying to be like, oh, now I'm, like, covered in shit. Like, but some people would actually, like, genuinely care about it, like, I don't know, like, getting on their stuff, you know, like, in that way. So, like, that's annoying. But no, like, chalk itself, the substance isn't going to affect my workout. So it's not, like, as severe as some other things that could, like, you know, like, leaving your plates, like, loaded on a thing. Like, that would annoy me way worse than, like, if chalk was left somewhere. Yeah, because now I have to go out of my way. Like, I have to remove those plates. Like, I don't have to clean up the chalk in order to deadlift. I do have to take the plates off in order to lift. You know what I mean? Like,
For sure.
But I think it all goes back to just courtesy and leaving things the way you found it. Like, I don't understand the premise of not cleaning up anything that you did. So then that goes with everything. So the more opportunity we give people to act in that way, I feel like the worse it's going to be, you know, because a lot of people don't think that way and they don't give a fuck. Unfortunately.
I don't fucking understand that.
I don't
like,
either. I will never
passionately
understand.
Aggressive with this fucking idea because I don't get where people can fucking get off thinking I'm gonna do something and someone else should clean it up after me.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it goes on to everything. Like, there's been times in the bathroom there'll be like a paper towel next to the trash can. I'm like, dude, I know good and damn well you went to go throw it away and saw that you missed and just kept walking.
Yeah.
Like, no, that paper towel doesn't affect me, but it does because I work here. Like,
right.
I want the shit to look nice, but it's just annoying. Like, it's like literal trash.
I am gonna fucking say I deserve to be cleaned up after, right?
Yeah.
I want to do this and someone else has to be affected by it. That's what drives me fucking crazy up a wall. There's a difference between forgetting something, right? You get into a conversation, you look away, you forget to take a 5 off of this side. Dude, shit happens.
For sure.
But when you use something like chalk, you know that fucking shit's messy.
Yeah.
Like it is not a surprise that it's going to get lots of places.
Yeah.
So instinctively going into whatever the fuck you're doing, you should go, I'm going to have to clean afterwards.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be like, let's see how dirty it is and let's see if I have to clean. It's, I have to clean when I'm done with this.
You have to make it look like it was never there.
This is my responsibility. Yeah. Same thing like when people, like with smoking. Fucking drives me crazy if I'm driving and someone flicks a cigarette out the fucking window.
Like, what are
you
doing?
I can't. Like, I want, dude. I have flicked cigarettes back into windows at stoplights. 100% have done that. People have freaked the fuck out. I go, you have a fucking. I mean, that specifically is a bad habit.
Yeah.
And then you're going to affect the rest of the world with your bad habit and lack of responsibility for your bad habit.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't fucking stand it.
It's so sick.
It drives me crazy.
Yeah.
So we had an incident here. Story fucking time. We were close to being just open, 2-3 months in. I come in 5 a.m. for my morning clients, and I walk into the turf area, and it looks like LeBron James just fucking started the NBA playoffs, bro. Like, it is fucking everywhere. All over the deadlift platform. I had a cubby right behind the deadlift platform that had sprinkles all over. So I'm like, motherfuckers, we're brand new. I have to set the precedent. Maybe they didn't know. So I started a live Instagram video of me going, this is not okay. This is not acceptable. I'm going to look at the cameras to see who it is. And then this is how you clean it up, FYI. So I fucking walked my ass to the closet. I grabbed the vacuum, and I literally videotaped an entire cleanup process. I'm getting done scrubbing the fucking platform, and then I look up, and all of the 45s on the stack just have handprints all over them, up and down, multiple deep. They touched every fucking plate they could possibly have touched with their chalk hands. I lost my shit. Lost it. I got straight on the fucking Instagram page for Project Power.
Remember.
And I said, I am suspending your 2 memberships until you personally come and talk to me and explain to me why you believe in low standards. And I thought I was going to get a giant backlash. I thought the community is going to be like, here's a fucking tyrant, like Bart's power tripping and all this shit. And what I got was 2 people. They were young kids who I've had to talk to before. They come in after hours. After watching the video, I watched them sneak people in every day after I left. They'd go so far that they would wait till my truck left, and then they would get out of their trucks and get in with like girls and people. So by standing up for that standard and principle that we believe in, I lost 2 members that were making the place worse. And the entire community sent me personal messages saying how awesome they thought it was. They fucking loved it.
Yeah.
Because isn't that what you want? You want, if you're in a place and we're here together, there needs to be someone keeping people accountable.
Yeah.
Right? It's hard for you to do it yourself, even though we should. Even though if I see someone doing something incorrectly, we should. But I think because there's so much Instagram and social media bullshit, I think a lot of people are scared to say anything because, let's be honest, like no one's perfect, right? So everyone's made mistakes. So it's very tough to cast the first stone in person.
Yeah.
They got no problem doing that shit online, but in person it's tough. And then secondly, they don't have very much experience holding people accountable.
For sure.
So sometimes it comes off too aggressive and you don't want to be an asshole and you don't want people to not to like you. And that's what's cared about more than the actual principles.
Yeah.
So everyone loves when, leadership sticks up for what they preach and executes on accountability.
Yeah.
That should be a lesson that if you're ever in question of if you should say something, the answer is yes.
Yeah.
And no matter what fucking outcome happens, whether they hate you or a backlash happens, what is left over when the dust settles is far greater than what it was before.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So hell yeah, use chalk. I just don't want to know you use chalk.
Yep.
That's it. That's as
I
simple
agree.
as that fucking goes.
I think that's awesome because chalk is very necessary.
For
sometimes,
sure.
like,
You're
for a
lifting
lot of
500
people.
pounds, like you're going to need some grip.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
But no one should know you used it.
No.
You know
That's
what I'm
with
saying?
everything.
Exactly.
Yep.
Everything. No one should fucking know unless they ask you,
Yep.
right? You shouldn't have to broadcast or be broadcasting what it is that you fucking think.
Yeah.
Or your shit. Fuck. Next question, Jack.
Touchy subject.
I can't stand people, man. Cannot.
All right. I like checking out the muscles a little bit in the mirror when I'm working out. Is there shirt policies and like?
Leave your fucking shirt on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Leave
Bart's
your
big on
shirt
that
on.
one. Leave your shirt on. I don't really know of any gym that's like cool with leaving your shirt off, to be honest.
Yeah.
Except for like little like owned gyms. Like you could because you're not like some big you're not like a corporate like it's you.
Right.
So you
I can
technically
decide
could
that it's okay,
decide
right?
that if you that's the only places I know where guys can work out with their shirts off. It's like places that it's like just an individual owned thing. But yeah, I agree.
The thing about it is, and again with bodybuilding and it being a sport, I can see and I can relate and I can understand that, listen, my posing and me having my shirt off and looking at myself in the mirror is part of this process of me getting ready for this show and stepping on stage. And I am 1,000% behind it. I absolutely fucking love pushing yourself and checking constantly and being OCD and obsessive about progress. I love all that shit. But your freedom ends where someone else's freedom begins. And you taking your shirt off, there's a huge, number one, cleanliness, okay? If you take your shirt off, that now means everyone can take their shirts off. And there are people who are sweating their absolute bullets to death that if they did take their shirt off and laid on equipment and it would be a fucking shit show. It'd be absolutely disgusting and there'd be BO and crap everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So I get you have a 12 pack and you're lean and you look great and you're not sweating. That's great. But you taking your shirt off allows everyone to take their shirts off. And if you don't want everyone to be able to take their shirts off, keep your shirt on. That's number one. Number two, the intimidation concept of strutting around with my shirt off is much less about, hey, let's all get better and progress and push each other and all that. And a lot more about like, hey, just look at me and how good I look.
For sure. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's ways to do that with keeping your shirt on.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I agree. I think it's pretty simple. I think it's like just honestly a respect thing. Like, I don't know, but I also like girls work out in their sports bras.
Well,
so that's where I feel bad because like me, it is such a, I get so overstimulated and like hot when I'm working, no matter what I'm doing. So like the less clothes, the better. Like I'm in my sports bra strictly for my own comfort. Like I can feel like absolute shit about myself that day and wish I had my shirt on, but I'm like more like physically comfortable without it on. So like it's never like, it's not like a like, hey, look at me type of thing. So I know some guys would be the same because some girls it is probably like, look at me. Some guys it is, but then some guys it's probably like, damn, I'm so hot. I wish I could take my shirt off. So like in that sense, I do feel bad. But also like guys have like those like, what are they, like stringers or whatever they're called.
Yeah,
like,
they
have options, which like almost is like a sports bra. Like it's, you feel like you're not wearing anything and it looks like it almost, but it's still like respectable. Like you're covered but not.
Yeah.
And so I think like that's like, I think that's like the male equivalent of a sports bra. Like you're still wearing something, but you
want
like
to be
free,
revealing. You want to feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
You want to see your progress in the mirrors. That's the whole. I get it. I fucking love it. I'm all about it so much that here we created selfie rooms.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So we have private, literal rooms with a perfect spotlight, mirrors, and a private door. Take your shirt off. Take your pants off. No one gives a shit because it's just you in there. Take as many pictures as you want and do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
In private.
Yeah. No,
right?
Agreed. I think it is just like I think it's just a respect thing. Like keep your shirt on. Like I don't see any like men walking into a gym and assuming they can have their shirt off. Like it would be like a weird, like it'd be the taboo thing to be able to like, hey, your shirt can be off, which is like, sure.
I've worked out at a gym like that.
Yeah.
So they're next to Supplement Superstore St. Peter's that used to place called Results. And it was extremely small, you know, and the guys didn't give a fuck what you did in there.
Yeah.
Now, guess what happened when you can take your shirt off? That does translate to like no holds bar. I feel like not having to keep your clothing on is a pretty far-fetched over the line. And so once you're over that line, I think a lot of shit is game. That place went to shit immediately.
Yeah.
If you're not keeping your shirt on, you're probably not giving a shit about other people as much, which means you're not racking your weight. Like the whole place just went to absolute anarchy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because so
it's almost like it's too like home gym. Like you literally just feel like way too at home.
Yes.
And like you have to remember, like a gym should feel like a very comfortable place, but it is still a public place where you have to show some respect.
I mean, you can keep your fucking shirt on in Bikram yoga when it's 125. You can keep your shirt on at the fucking gym.
Right,
My
for
gym is
sure.
at 71 degrees.
Yeah.
It's not going to be that hot. You're going to be okay. And again, if it's for bodybuilding, whatever, I got a spot for you. Go ahead and pose off and do what you got to do.
Yep.
So,
Agreed.
but I mean, you know, Jack's got a point. You know, it's a good question simply because you go on TikTok and there are plenty of fucking influencers, quote unquote, or people who think they have influence, with their shirts off in extremely public places, posing and doing. It's like a fad thing to do. Like I'm so comfortable or I'm so cool. I don't fucking know. You're a douchebag.
Yeah,
You're
and I feel like those gyms don't allow that.
No, of course, that's why it's cool.
Just don't give a
because like
fuck.
I'm breaking the rules. Like look how fucking.
Yeah,
bro.
We've had people do that. We've had people post pictures here, like whenever we first opened, and like not everyone.
And what did I do?
Everyone knew. Yeah, you called them out for it.
I
and
messaged
you were
them
like,
immediately.
Can't do that.
I even put, I'm not going to say his name, but
Posted someone on our story.
and I posted to
like,
our story and said, please keep your shirts on.
Yeah, that one hurt. That one hurt me.
And I don't see like for like so.
Like no, but it's such a good thing, and
I didn't
it's always
think of
positive.
it like that. You know, like I don't like anything I do is like the good of the group. I never am like, I'm singling that guy because I hate that guy.
And it never feels that way. It's just always like, it's almost like, oh, dad is mad, like type of thing. Like it's so funny. Like sometimes in our group chat, if we're like joking when we're not supposed to joke, and then you call that person out, we're all like, oh, like it's just one of those moments. Like,
but see, like someone's got to be that.
Yeah, and
someone
it's
has
you,
to
which
be
is
that,
great.
and
like
that's
you're very consistent with it, every single, I remember that specific story whenever you shared him and you're like,
Don't
put your shirt on or something. Like, we can't, like, do not take your shirt off here, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Something like that. And everyone, like, it was all positive responses, but everyone was like, fuck, did you see what Bart reshared?
Well,
We're
and then
all
what
like,
happens
yeah.
through the community is like, don't fuck up.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
that's
you're
like
gonna
the
get
talk.
called out.
Everyone, like, literally, people were texting me so much that day. We're like, dude, did you see Bart? I said, yeah. Everyone loved it. Loved it.
Again.
Because they're like, no fucking way would that happen anywhere else. Like, no one would hold anyone accountable. No one, like,
they'd
and
be too afraid
all
of the
that's doing is
backlash.
just negatively affecting everyone else. So, yeah.
Well, who do you want to be surrounded by? Do you want to be surrounded by people who uphold standards or people who think they're above them? Mm-hmm. That's the worst group to be in.
For sure.
Like, I was talking about it yesterday. So we have a bomb to drop. You don't even know this. Yesterday, I pulled the trigger on our sign. So we will now have a sign on the building. Yeah, you guys think we're all professional and shit.
This
no,
is like the
we're
things we're
underground
so
as
excited
fucking
about.
as hell. And
This
so,
is like the mirrors. Like, this is literally, it's the exact same thing where I'm like, my gym's getting mirrors.
bro,
Everyone's like,
we're a year in, and now we're putting something on the outside of the building that says we're here.
about to blow the roof off.
Do you understand what we've been able to do without? We have 65,000 people drive by us every day. We're right next to the highway.
don't have a sign.
There's not one word on our building that says that we're here.
People think there's a Honda dealership
Yes,
here and that's it.
that we get all the time. People come in like, "Hey, I'm here for Rick. I have a scheduled test drive."
Hey, yeah, is that I'm
So,
looking for
okay,
that new Accord.
Right. It sucks, by the way. Don't get it.
Yeah, come here instead.
Buy
It's much
American.
cheaper.
Buy American. No. So what I was saying is like that those standards came from we don't have a sign. So we don't have a sign. So we don't have, let's say, just quote unquote anybody walking in off the street. Who we have in this first year is people who either knew me before I opened, and so they were already jiving with my principles and values before we opened, were friends with the workers, and through Instagram found out where they're now working and saw the principles and morals through that, or sought us out because they heard of the principles and the values, right? The only reason people are here right now is because of what we've established ourselves to be. And everyone that's come has now just reinforced that to the point where we really no longer have to reinforce anything.
Yeah.
You have members talking to members talking to tourists. Hey, this is how we do things here, right?
Yeah.
Scott posted Sunday morning at 5 a.m. He walked through, first guy in that morning. All the 45s were in perfect alignment. Everything was where it needed to be. We didn't have an employee in here since 5 the night before,
That's
right?
cool.
It's amazing. Everyone got into that,
Yeah.
and we didn't have any outsiders trying to destroy it,
Yeah.
right? So let's say we had gone sign first before mirrors, right? Let's say a big-ass sign, and you just get a huge conglomerate of people who necessarily don't have the same standards rushing in to start the business off. My job now as a leader to try to hold that together is way tougher because these people don't have those standards at all.
For sure.
Right? What happens then is in order for me in the beginning, because quote unquote desperate for business is how business owners start, you then lower the standards to keep this huge conglomerate of humans that just rushed into your company. And so you go, I'm willing to sacrifice some of these standards to keep this huge influx of people I just gained.
Yeah.
But what we did, trying to do it the right way, is we said, this is what we stand for, and people slowly trickled in, to now to the point where we have a huge base of community. And now when I open the floodgates, and now when I tell the whole public to come on in, guess what they're going to meet? The standards set by the community, not by some tyrannical leadership.
For sure. Well, and like, even just from a financial standpoint, like the things you invested in were taking care of the people first. Like, obviously everyone here wants us to have a sign because everyone wants us to blow up.
Do anything.
But the little pieces of equipment and mirrors and things like that take care of them way more. Yeah. Like, yeah. So I think that was.
That's a great point. I didn't even think about that.
You know what I mean? Like, if you hadn't gotten any of that, you could have bought a sign how long ago?
That's
you know?
so true.
And so you were just like,
that's so true.
I'd prefer get mirrors, for example, are a big investment, which positively affect everyone in the gym way more than out the gym.
Yes.
No one out there knows we have mirrors because they don't even know we're here, you know?
Yes.
So they don't care.
That's
that
such
was
a good
strictly
point.
for the people.
And that's what it's been since day one, right?
Yeah.
It's been about the people since day one. And I guess without even knowing it, like those type of examples showcase that.
Yeah, it's just like subconscious thing that you're doing.
And you feel that as a consumer of
Absolutely.
the product.
Yeah, for sure. And the little things of equipment that no one's ever had to ask for. No one has had to bring their own equipment. Like, it's cool that we were both kind of stumped on that because we're like, that doesn't happen here.
Yeah.
No one has to do that
No one
here.
has to bring equipment
We
in.
have, not only do we have barbells, we have weird fucking bamboo bars too. Like, you know what I mean?
Which the community left.
Someone else brought. Yeah. Like our members will bring stuff. So.
And leave it here. Like, now it's ours. Right? So it's not like I'm to bring mine and take mine away.
Yeah.
Like, we have a full cubby full of lifting belts. Everyone leaves their lifting belt here. No one is concerned about theft at all.
No.
So don't fucking come in here and try to steal shit now.
But yeah.
I'm looking at you.
Yeah, now that we're going to have a sign, they're going to come in and know that we're here. And
Yeah,
steal
you're going to
all
get
our
called
stuff.
out on Instagram hard. Yeah, try stealing some shit. I got cameras everywhere.
Someone
not the
comes and
bathrooms
just
or the
takes a
locker
piece of
rooms.
equipment. They're like, hey, this
Just wheeling out the leg press.
Bye.
But yeah, see, Connor, this is why I like doing this type of stuff, because I didn't even
Different
think about that,
perspective.
because that's true.
Yeah.
I just didn't know that there was another way.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, like, oh, I should go and try to just gather people. Like, no,
Yeah.
like, be good to the people
Yeah.
that support you already.
Yeah.
First.
Absolutely.
Like, it's obvious.
I mean, you're literally, like, genuinely the only business owner I've ever met that didn't get a sign first thing, which is just funny, but it's also, it's like there's a reason why you didn't. It's not because you're like, I don't give a fuck. It's because you do, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's cool because everyone was like, dude, how, like, we've never seen someone not have a sign and, like, still have activity inside.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like,
Are you guys even open? How many times, like, are you guys,
are we open,
is this open?
accepting members?
Yeah, right.
Like, and we have no marketing, and that is your number one marketing tool
For
ever, and
sure.
any building ever. And we don't even have that, and we don't do any other marketing either. And we
don't
still
have. We didn't have a
people.
phone number until last week. It's
It
been
was
a
Natalie's
year.
cell phone number.
Yes.
It's like literally people were texting Natalie.
So you're starting a business. Let me fucking tell you straight up, all the things you think you fucking need, you don't.
Yeah, because clearly, and we've been doing just fine.
No sign.
And
Literally, yeah.
like you said, now we have this insane foundation that can't be broken. Like,
Correct.
And that would have not happened if we got this major influx of just random people and we were trying so hard to keep up. Like, no, turn that the right way. No, clean that up.
Yeah.
No, do this. We would have eventually been like, okay, fuck it. Like, there's too
Exactly.
many people in here. We can't do this.
Yes.
Like, I think it would have been too much, like, overdrive for all of us to try to keep up with. And now we don't have to do that because they'll do it for us. Like you said, if there's one new person in the gym that day, they immediately have 5 friends and they know all of our standards, like,
Yes,
immediately.
100%.
So
That's the coolest thing.
Yeah.
And that all came from asking about chalk.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this
This is what we do.
This isn't the chalk question. This
Oh,
is the
shirtless. I
Even
blacked out
more
there for a
random.
second. I got so angry about the chalk question.
Even more random.
I didn't
though.
even. It is
Started
random.
With no shirt.
No,
We're
but
talking about
I
a
had
sign.
to do 2 conversations about So it's valid. Again, just obvious shit that
Yeah.
you don't even think about.
Yeah.
Jack, hit me.
Okay. Do you want to keep going with these questions, or do you want to take this as an opportunity for new people watching, maybe new people joining the gym, to just make a checklist of what Project Power gym standards are?
All right. What do you think, Connor? You think you want to go through our etiquette or answer one more question?
What do you think?
How good's the question?
Well, shit, the shirtless question turned into something good. I didn't think that was that great.
Yeah.
True.
This one's dropping weights.
Oh, okay. Let's tie this in.
Okay.
So we'll talk about dropping weights, and then we'll go through our list. And I think we got about 10 minutes left. So we'll be
Dropping
good.
weights. For us, we have to be respectful of people below us. We're not on a bottom floor, so it's different here. But at any gym, I think you should respect the equipment. I think it's a respect thing for the equipment. Yes, I understand the intensity. Yes, especially like bumper plates. Like, we all wish we could deadlift and kind of like be rough with bumper plates, because that's not going to damage the equipment. That's what they're for, is for bouncing.
Right.
But ours is just a little unique because we have people below us, which no one here minds, because it's just human to human respect, right? So people working, they don't want to just hear fucking banging all day.
Right.
Like, that would be annoying as hell.
Very much so. Not to mention the floor might crumble and fall.
Right. We also don't, we've been over that.
We have.
The thin floors. So maybe for
Motherfuckers.
our own safety and lives, we don't do that. But dumbbells, I think if you have to like fucking throw them or drop them, then maybe like lower the weight. Like I think that's ego lifting. Like if you can't handle your weight, like to the point you like or putting it down and like have to be like, oh, like no, you like that's so like it's like cringy almost. It's like embarrassing.
Dude, that's 100% what it is because you have two dropping the weights people.
Yeah.
You have set number 7, last rep, literally everything I've got. Failed it to my chest.
Yeah.
I'm all by myself. Bang, bang.
Yeah.
No one says a shit.
No.
I'm in fact giving them knucks. Way to fucking
I'm never
go to
gonna say
failure.
anything. If it's loud and it's because it's fucking
you're dying
pressing
and
the
you're trying not to.
150s,
Right.
am I gonna tell you to fucking set them down gently?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
No.
But the guy who seems to always need to throw his
Every
shit,
set.
throw the weights, throw that type of intensity. Okay, this is the toughest question for me, believe it or not, because I'm that guy that I love shirt off, angry, throwing,
Slapping
violent,
each other.
slapping, rusty, just I am that human. Like he lives in me. I also completely believe in this, where I like order and I like respect and I like things to be taken care of. So the marriage of the two really just goes down to I'm going to be so intense that I'm going to control the living shit out of this weight to the point where it doesn't cause a fucking ruckus.
Yeah.
And it doesn't damage the fucking equipment. Because you may think that a 120-pound dumbbell being so heavy is super sturdy. And that motherfucker, if you drop it on, it's like a ketchup bottle. If you hit it right on the right corner, the entire thing snaps.
Explodes. Yeah, and it's like it's also because they're not meant for
No,
being thrown around.
exactly.
Like, it's not why they were. That's not how they were built.
Correct.
And put together. Like, which is telling in itself that
Yes.
overall dumbbells shouldn't be fucking thrown around. But I do agree when you're going to failure and you like literally your body gives out and you like have to drop them. That's one thing. You're not gonna ruin it. You're not gonna break anything. And B,
I mean, you might, but then be aware that you're going to have to fix it.
Right. Yeah. True.
You know, because let's say you're going to attempt that set, right, Connor? You go, I don't have confidence that I can get 6 of these. What's your first move? Go ask someone for a spot. Like, hey, can you help me with these real quick? Because this is the heaviest I've ever done. I might not get the last one.
Yeah.
So, and you can explain. You can like say like, let me fail. Like, let it fall to my chest. But then once it does, do you mind picking these off of me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's respect to the gym. That's respect to the space. Because I don't know if you guys are aware, but a set of 150-pound dumbbells or $1,850. One pair. 150. You're holding $2,000 right there.
Damn.
Okay? So if you're going to attempt something, you better damn near be able to pay for it if you break it or do it in a way where you're not going to break it. Just going to let you know.
Yeah.
You know? And again, because our society and because our like capitalism in America, which is fucking incredible, what it's done though is it's created such a lazy society in commerce. And what I mean by that, the responsibility is solely on the business all the fucking time. And businesses, in order to gain business, take all of the responsibility away from the customer base, trying to, you know, edge out the next competitor down the road that might have some responsibility.
Right.
Oh, don't worry. Anything you do, we'll take care of. Anything you fuck up, we'll take care of. You hurt yourself with hot coffee, we'll pay you millions of dollars. Sorry that it was hot.
Yeah.
You fucking moron.
So stupid.
Right? That's what we've done as a community in business, is we've taken all the responsibility off of the consumers. Now watch what happens here in this social experiment. We hold these fucking standards really high. We keep everybody accountable. 2 days ago, one of the clients that was working with a trainer was working with a water. I have a water bag, and you can do lunges and stuff, and the water sloshes
I
in
hate
it.
that thing.
It sucks, right?
It's so hard.
She was done, and she goes, "Fuck this!" Not angrily, but she goes, "I'm done," and she just throws it. Well, it's full of water, so when it slammed on the ground, a little hole popped.
Oh, okay.
Right. And it made a noise. No big deal. Shit happens. You know, it's funny because everyone looks right at me every time, right? Oh, what's Dad gonna do? Like, come on, guys. I'm not fucking psycho. Like,
I do that.
yeah, I know everyone
Like,
does.
slam anything.
Where's
I'm
Bart?
like working
Oh,
on it. I'm
fuck.
just like,
Okay. He's listening over there. But anyway, before they even came to me, she goes, She goes, hey, I'm sorry, I dropped this and you know, it popped. I'm like, and I was about to say, like, don't worry about it. Like, I got it. Like, it's totally fine. And she goes, another one will be here tomorrow. She already ordered another one.
That's cute.
You know?
I like that.
And I don't, and maybe I'm wrong, but it didn't seem like she was afraid of me.
Yeah.
It was more of just like I'm taking responsibility for the thing that I did.
For sure, yeah.
How amazing.
Yeah.
How can anyone ever be mad at anybody if that's the course of action?
Yeah.
I broke this, like the 2 holes in the drywall. Hey, sorry, I put a hole in your drywall. I'll be by tomorrow to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, bro.
Done, yeah.
You know?
We're all human.
Hey, I used chalk. I made a huge mess, but I cleaned it up.
Okay.
Cool, bro.
Don't care, yeah.
I don't care.
Nice.
You know?
How's it lived?
Sweet.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But that's not what businesses do.
Yeah.
Businesses say, you know, yeah. So
I'm sorry I gave you a faulty thing that
Fuck.
would pop. You know, like you,
yes,
yeah.
I'm sorry
Yeah.
you yourself did these stupid actions
yeah.
and caused yourself harm.
Right.
I'll pay you millions of dollars.
Yeah.
So dropping weights is a no-go. Slamming machines is a no-go. If you want everyone to see how strong you are, just announce it before you start lifting and say, hey, everyone, come
I'm
see
really
how strong I am.
Yeah.
Come look at me real quick.
Yeah.
Form a circle and watch me lift these dumbbells. Say,
It is
that way
like-
you'll save yourself some money
Yeah.
and a headache of breaking something.
Yeah.
So let's run through what a proper etiquette. And for all you gyms out there, it's possible, even though you think it's not. And I promise you, well, we can talk about it. It's possible because we have 500 and
Yeah.
600. I don't know how many people we have, but we have a lot of people that follow it.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll start with, we don't drop weights here.
Don't drop weights.
Don't drop weights.
Don't slam anything.
No, it's respect, right?
Yep.
Number 2, keep your shirt on.
Yep.
All right. If you want to take your shirt off, go over to the selfie room. Each locker room has their own. Go ahead and take it off.
Take everything off. We
Yeah.
don't
I
care.
don't know. Wiggle it around. Helicopter.
Take some content for your OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Whatever you doing there.
Tag
none of
us
yours.
in there,
Yeah.
man.
Tag us on Instagram
Please.
and YouTube.
And OnlyFans.
We also have one.
We also. I was approached. Did you remember that one part of OnlyFans? There was like a 3-week period where they eliminated sexual stuff on
Yes,
OnlyFans.
it's so funny.
A month before that, I was sent an email by OnlyFans asking if I would start a fitness page. And I was like, maybe.
We should have done it. It's just all of this. I was just like, it's just like footage of us talking on at the front.
Well,
desk.
yeah, I was thinking more of like doing shoulder presses with my dick out.
Well, maybe not whenever they like just eliminated
when it was
nudity.
eliminating. That's why it didn't work.
Right.
Everyone wants to see the dick out.
Right.
Not really.
Yeah,
it's
that's
the
the point of
boobs. It's
OnlyFans,
the boobs.
right?
Are there guy OnlyFans?
Yeah, I think so.
Are there?
What is OnlyFans? Is it literally just porn?
I think you don't know what OnlyFans.
Well, I don't know. I've never gotten on OnlyFans.
All the
and been like,
sex
Isn't
pictures-
it just like literally porn?
All the sexting that used to happen between girls and guys, girls now just gather all of those pictures they sent,
yeah.
and they put it
And they
online.
have like followers, right?
Yes.
Like people can pay to like
Yeah.
subscribe to someone. Okay, yeah.
No
that's so
longer do
funny.
you like
So now you
send
don't have
nudes,
to mix up who you're sending them to because they're all just getting the same one.
and they're paying you $5 a month to do it,
Great.
right?
We love a businesswoman.
I mean, that's what's happened. We've created capitalism. All the shit that you used to do for free, now you can get paid to do,
yeah.
right?
Get your bag.
Here you go. Here's a video of me
Hell yeah.
blowing a banana.
Anyways.
So don't do that in the gym.
So,
Etiquette
no
number
OnlyFans,
no OnlyFans. in the
AKA
gym.
keep your shirt on.
We wipe down equipment. Every single time when we get done with equipment, it gets wiped down. I got spray bottles all over the place, right?
Yeah.
We unrack all of the weights, even the last 45.
Yep.
Okay? I don't care how easy the machine is to use. Your freedom ends where someone else's freedom begins. Don't leave any weight on the equipment. We'll go one step further for cleanliness purposes to make it look nice. When you take the weights off, make sure that the words face outward,
Yep.
right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And we face them upright too.
That's right. We take the word barbell on the 45 and we
Barbell's at the top and
Barbell's
it's
at the
facing upright and it's facing out.
That's right. That's right.
Yep.
Why? Because it fucking looks nice.
It looks so good.
And it
people
looks
love that.
That's right.
People love attention to detail.
Yes. If we
we
care
all
that
do.
much about that, what about when you come and bring me a problem?
Mm-hmm.
You think I'm not going to go that deep into detail to help you solve
For
your problem?
sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Everything is a showcase of how you do everything.
Absolutely. I've been like gyms that don't do that, and then like their fucking locker rooms and bathrooms are nasty as hell. Like,
Hell
and that's
yeah.
the stuff that people really want clean is like hygienic stuff. And like, how can you trust the bathrooms if out here looks
Of
bad?
course.
But if out here looks fucking flawless, you know you're safe in there.
Yeah. Oh, that's the thing. So ultimately, I think companies lose when they go, how can I quote unquote pretend, or how can I make it seem like we care? How can I make it seem like we got our shit together? Instead of actually having their shit together, they just put on a show, and then so they make a super nice this, but then you go to the bathroom and you're like
fucking shit.
how can like
Like
it doesn't make
shit.
sense. Yes, there's shit.
There's literal poo
everywhere. So I'm not trusting that stuff out there
Yeah.
because it's probably not real.
Yeah.
So so taking the plates off, turning them properly.
Dumbbells.
Yes, the dumbbells have a number on them. When you put the dumbbells back, you turn them so that the numbers face straight up and down. You know,
Every dumbbell.
Yep.
Even the 150s.
Even the 150s.
Because then someone like me
Yeah.
is fucking
Ready to
sumo
bench.
squatting my body weight to twist this thing
Yeah.
to fucking make it look good.
Well, like you go, that's so nitpicky. Really, is it?
It's
Because when you walk up to
not.
the dumbbell and the number is upright and you can read it, it prevents you from having
I
to
literally,
fucking do this
I
shit.
used to always be like,
Is that a 65 or a fucking 56? Like, what is that?
yeah. So dumbbells facing upright and going back in the right spots. It's crazy how like that's
Isn't that-
never been an
that's
issue
so true,
here.
too.
But
That's
like
stuff I
think
forgot.
about old like gyms you've
Yes.
been to before. Like I go to fucking pick up my little 20s and it's a 75. I'm like,
Yes.
damn, am I this weak today?
I-
Oh no, it's because it's 900 pounds.
Dude,
and
I
the
went
spot
to
of my
Chicago
5.
and LA Fitness next to my mom's house, and it was just, here's a rack. Whatever
that's
fucking spot you can find.
clusterfuck.
One of the 25s, the other 25,
Yes.
45, 55, 55.
Yes. We like, dude, in Nashville when we had to get that day pass to
What
that
the
Planet
fuck is
Fitness, we literally fucking rearranged this whole gym while we're there. I was like, well, for one day they're gonna experience a little Project
No, for
Power
5
here because
minutes.
I'm for just 10 minutes. Me and Ryan were like, let's clean up everything, like
Yep.
move every pin up. Right.
How long
and
did that
everything.
last?
Probably by the time we left, it was probably all fucking.
That's how it was for me. I
Yep.
reordered the entire thing. The long bars, the pre-made bars, I loaded all those up.
Yeah.
The very next person I saw take one, put it on the floor and walk away.
Thank you.
I'm like, homie, you saw this 6'5" dude walking around for the last
Literally.
30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Pieces of
But
shit.
in my head, maybe one person saw me doing that and liked it, and
That's
then
all
maybe
it
they'll
takes.
carry that on. Like that's not even my home state, so I don't know. It's out of my hands.
Yeah.
But maybe one person saw and was like, hey, I don't know. It's just I try to do a little something
Of course.
everywhere I go.
You always want to leave things better than you find them.
For sure.
Right?
But yeah, dumbbells in the right spot, facing upright.
Facing upright. Another big thing is no one throws junk into the water fountains. We don't spit in the water fountains. We don't dump our protein shakes, our pre-workouts. That's not where the dump goes. We have a dump sink
We do. Yeah.
next to the water fountains. Dump your shit in the dump sink. Guess what? What did it one step better? The dump sink has a shaker bottle cleaner in there already. So you
Yep.
don't have to use the water fountain to clean out your shaker bottle either. Got a whole thing set up. And so all you have to do in the water fountain, fill up with nice, crisp, cool, filtered water. And
Very
now
cold water.
it is
It
very
is
cold.
very cold water.
I attempted to get the coldest. It's actually from a glacier. There's a hose
Yeah.
connected in
Yeah.
Antarctica.
Yeah.
That's why it took so long to open this place.
Well,
is we had
yeah.
to dig that trench.
Yeah.
So far.
Had to get a couple extension cords.
Lots. There's like 3, I think.
At
So many.
least. From Amazon though.
Yeah, they're
We love
fucking
Amazon.
3,000 miles long. Yes, so we got that. I mean, there's so many things that we do here that I don't even remember that they're in an etiquette.
Because like it's genuinely down to our fucking little like medicine balls are all facing
Yes.
out right. Like all their numbers are upright. All
Yep.
the what are those? Easy bars?
kettlebells.
Like the bars.
Oh, preloaded bars.
yeah. All of those are facing upright and in
Yep.
the right spot.
Yep.
Everything is. If anything that has a number is facing upright and in the right spot and straight and in order and facing out.
Yeah. It literally looks.
So it's genuinely like literally if you think something's clean, just go one step further and that's where we're at. Go a couple steps.
And that's what we've gotten to, is the things that like people are like, hey, I can also turn this. I'm like, yeah, turn that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I
Well,
love
and, like
that.
every time people are also like cleaning their equipment, like spray, and then I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna get down here real
I
quick.
saw that
do
the
it all
other
time,
day.
and I see
Someone was
other people
cleaning the
doing it.
frame, and I'm
Yeah.
like, yes. I don't
Yeah.
have to fucking even.
So we're just like,
it's
oh, like it's
amazing.
just funny. Like once you set a high standard, it becomes to us that is like a low standard now because everyone
it's
was
the
like,
average,
we could do
it's
a little bit
normal.
more, a little bit more, a little bit more.
Well, that comes from like the main things are taken care of.
Yeah.
Right. So if you go, oh, I sprayed my base, and then you go, well, I didn't really do much, so I can do one little thing more. So let me clean this frame.
Yeah.
Right. So now everyone gets into the groove of we clean frames. Why? Because everything else is already clean.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so if you just do good things, then like the base thing becomes good, but it's now average.
Yeah.
So now when you feel good about yourself is when you go really above average.
Yep.
And now everyone lives above average.
Yep.
And you go, how the fuck did we get here? How we got here is
Just
we
starting.
opened and it looks exactly the same as when we opened.
Literally.
And so really it's if you
With more stuff too, which is funny,
Yes.
is like the more stuff we add, it gets cleaner.
Yes,
And like usually that
yeah.
becomes a clusterfuck.
Isn't that crazy?
Pins and cables and
Oh,
stuff.
great call.
Obviously, we
Great
take
call.
off all attachments, clean your seat, and put the pins back to 0.
Right? So don't leave a lat pull down bar. Take that thing off, put it back on the rack, take whatever you were doing and put it back to 0. Old school tactic, you saw a hot chick coming to use your equipment, you go ahead and stack that thing down to the bottom and you walk away real quick. She goes, you were doing that much?
Yeah, I was. You see these guns.
Yep.
Yeah.
Never worked though. She
And
never
then you
looked
write a
or
note on her
cared.
car instead.
You just leave the pin on her car. It says 200 pounds. 200 pounds I lifted. What the fuck else? We have a library in the gym. It's not really etiquette, but we.
It kind of is because if you take one, you leave one.
That's right. You know, I don't have a system that checks out books. You just take one and you leave a book someone else can read.
Yeah. Self-development books.
That's right. Clean the toilet after you shit in it. That's a good etiquette that I should bring up because I clean
Honestly.
shit every fucking day.
Yeah, we should start making people do that.
Yeah.
Leave some gloves in each locker room and have, if you shit, you
Listen,
clean it up.
If you're dating someone and you go to their house for the very first time and you
Yeah.
got to take a shit, do not tell me you
It's
do
like
not
that's
turn
the worst
around
thing.
and you look all up in that bowl to make sure
There's
they
not-
can't find
no,
a
they'll never know.
sliver. You've never done that?
No, I'm saying they will
Oh.
never know that
No,
you just shit.
exactly.
Yeah,
That's what you should leave a public restroom like.
truly.
Is that so hard?
Yeah.
Think about your crush walking into the toilet right after you. Do you want them to see streakies?
Yeah, right.
I don't want them to see streakies.
On that note, an issue that we had to overcome, which I don't know how women over the age of 10 don't know this. Women products, we don't flush.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. Don't put
We dealt with that
tampons
here.
in the toilets.
Girls,
Yes.
I'm sorry. You
It
weren't
is a
taught that
common
at
trait.
10.
It's we talked about it last week before we started. It was you're surprised by your PMS.
Yeah,
I don't get that.
we're not.
Number 2, we're surprised that tampons clog toilets, which have been happening for millennia.
Right.
So
Yeah.
women, we love you. God, we love you, but
We
motherfuck,
do.
man.
But like we're so smart, and then there's some things that I'm like, girls, we're not that smart.
TMI. No, I'm not going to.
Yeah.
It's so gross.
Leave it out. Leave it out.
I don't know how. I have to.
Jesus.
We're being genuine. When I clean the base of toilets,
Right.
the guys much cleaner than the base of the toilets for women.
Ew.
How do you pee on the nut of the toilet?
That's so. What the fuck?
I need an explanation.
I say it all the time. From any job I've ever had, the women's restroom is way grosser to clean than the men's every time.
I mean, I don't know
It's like,
if
it's
I'm not
nasty.
understanding the anatomy, but I'm pretty sure it goes straight into the bowl.
Yeah.
How is it dripping and then into the base of the toilet?
Yeah. That I don't know.
It's a fucking wonder.
You
Eighth
don't know.
wonder of the world.
Truly.
In the comments, please describe how you pee and let me know if you ever hit the base of the toilet.
Yeah. Yep. Beats me.
I don't fucking know, and it's gross. But I clean it.
Yep.
I clean it.
That you do.
Gotta get clean. All right, so just don't be a dickwad.
Right, just
That's
be clean
etiquette
and
number
be
1.
Nice and be cool.
Leave it
and-
exactly how you found it, and then go one step further and make it a little bit better.
Yep. And don't be mean to anyone ever.
Yeah, I mean, like that could be misconstrued because like Travis, when he spots you, he always puts
That's
5
mean.
pounds more, and then he
Right.
makes you do another rep no matter what.
Right. So like that is mean.
So that's mean,
but it's,
quote,
like,
unquote, but
good
it's, like,
intention.
awesome.
It's like not malintent.
Yeah.
If you have bad intentions, just
Fuck you.
get out.
Yeah.
Go somewhere else.
Look for the sign. You might be driving by us and not even know it.
And now you will.
It's
'cause
coming,
it's gonna
baby.
be glowing.
It's massive. I made sure step one, see from space.
It's Christmas.
Yes.
This is Christmas
Yeah.
to me.
Oh, trust me.
Speaking
it's
of
gonna be
Christmas, I said we're going to do a Secret Santa, but I'm only going to put my name in it. So everyone draws me and gets me
awesome.
presents.
Why don't you just ask us to buy you presents?
I could do that,
Let's
but I
just
want it to
cut-
be more fun.
Oh.
Where everyone's like, who'd you get for Secret Santa? And you're like,
You can't
Connor.
say it,
And
can't say
someone's
it.
like, so did I.
I got Connor. Hey, I got
And you guys
Connor.
all got me $900 each.
Wow.
Yeah. Because that's the limit.
Things escalated quickly.
I know. Anyways, Merry
On that note,
Christmas.
we're not having Christmas. We're shut down for the month.
Yep.
Love you guys. Like, share, kisses, out.
Hugs and kisses.
Peace.
Bye.